Everyone, my name is Sam sir and I'm going to teach you foreign language French. Oh, I just said foreign language French? Many of you must not be knowing what is a foreign language, or you must be thinking a language which is spoken abroad is a foreign language. Let me first clarify that. A foreign language is basically a combination of two words, foreign and language. Foreign means anything which you don't know, which is new to you. Language means a medium of communication. So anything which you don't know, the medium of that communication, the medium of that particular language communication is called as foreign language. Why I'm telling you all this? Just to let you know that any language which is not your native language is a foreign language for you. So let's say if a foreigner comes from USA to India. In India, for him, Hindi is yes a foreign language. Tamil is yes a foreign language. Punjabi is yes a foreign language. Bengali is yes a foreign language. But so far you must be thinking Punjabi, Tamil and all these are not foreign language. It's not like that. Though in India we speak many languages. In the same way in France also, in Europe also they speak many languages. So every language of Europe where France is situated is a foreign language. So I hope the concept is clear before we start the foreign language classes here. Second question, which language are we going to study? I know you guys know French. Oh, that's the right answer by the way. Now why French? Just because 70% of the world uses French language as an official language. I repeat, 70% of the world uses foreign language French as their official language. Any perfume that you see, any devices that you see, any fashion that you see comes from Europe. Europe is the manufacturer of services, goods, items. You can say books and all, education, they are into all the sectors. Now I'll just give you a recap of whatever I said so that we can start the session. Foreign language, any language which is not known to you is a foreign language. Why French? Because French is spoken in around 70% of the world as an official language. Now class 6 students, first of all I have to appreciate you for the good work that you did in class 5. So I'll be giving you some more sessions, some more knowledge about whatever you studied in class 5 as well, which is related to class 6 as I mentioned. Now you must be thinking, which book am I teaching this you from? This is the same book that you had. The only change is you had a book 0, now this is the book number 1. Apprendre le français. And we're going to study the chapter 1, the chapter 0, I'm sorry. In French books, we have chapters starting from 0. So kids, are you ready? Wonderful, let's go. Before I start, I do have a request from the parents. If you also wish to join the session, we welcome you all to join the session of foreign language French. First thing first, because we're going to learn the foreign language French, we need to know about France. Because if someone is willing to learn about, learn the language Hindi, then he is going to know a little bit about India before we start. So where is France located? That is the first question that people ask me. Europe. Oh yes, Europe. Europe is big. I'll show you how big is that. So on the world map, Europe is huge. And in this huge Europe, a little hexagon shape is of France. I'll show you that. So if you see, this is the world map. Okay, and right here, this tiny one, this one here, I will just mark it with the help of a pen. This one here is France. You see that? It might be looking very small to you, but it is indeed a very beautiful country, a very beautiful place to go. Yes, there are very famous monuments as well, and I'm going to talk about that too, but a little later. First, we should know where is France located. France is located in Europe. You will also study that on the page number 1 of the chapter. So I'll say Lesson 0, page 1 is what I'm going to teach now. First thing first, as I showed you that little France, I'm going to show you a bigger picture of that so that you can understand how it looks like. Ta-da! Now this is how France looks like. You can take a snapshot if you want. I'm going to fit it to your screen. Ta-da! Wonderful. If you must have seen, this has got 6 sides to it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because of these 6 sides, France is also known as Le Hexagon. I repeat, L apostrophe H-E-X-A hexa G-O-N-E gone. There are different pronunciations in French language, so do not get confused. I'm going to explain that as soon as you come on to that. The different accents, the different voice and vowels, you can say sounds as well. The different vowel sounds as well. The different rules for the vowel sound. And just like Hindi, we do have matras in French as well. So for example, in Hindi we have, if we had in front of a, if we add just one matra, it becomes a. If we add a matra on top, it becomes o. In the same way, we do have some matras, some accents in foreign language French too. All right, so let's move ahead. As I mentioned, I'll repeat it again. The shape of France is, because of 6 sides that it has got, it is hexagon. Le hexagon. This is the first line that you will see in your notes. In the meanwhile, I go further. I would like you all to please take a click of this map that I'm showing you here. You must be done. Now, something very important about France. You see these empty sides? These are not empty actually. If I show you a clearer picture from the first map that I've shown you, France, here, right here, this country is surrounded by sea from 3 sides. I repeat, France is surrounded by sea from 3 sides. And on the other side, we have the neighboring countries. I'll repeat myself. France is surrounded by the sea on 3 sides, and on the left, on the 4th side, I mean to say, we have all the neighboring countries, and these are again the famous countries in Europe. Many of you might have gone for holidays in France and might have enjoyed. Many of you were not probably even aware that this particular country is a part of France, or the city is a part of France or not. So today I'm going to talk about that too. This picture will tell you about many cities in France. We'll talk about the cities after we know more about France. Okay, now first thing first. Before I start this session and I take this session further, I would like you all to know one thing very clearly. Every time that I come to this session, I would greet you. Greeting is the first and the foremost thing of any session. The greeting will be, I will say bonjour, bonsoir, bonne nuit. Oh, what is that? B-O-N, bon. Bon means good. I repeat. B-O-N, bon. Bon means good. If you add jour in front of that, which is J-O-U-R. So bon plus jour becomes bonjour. That is good morning. Same bon and then afternoon. Afternoon is called as après-midi. Après-midi. A-P-R-E-S. Après-midi. M-I-D-I. So why après-midi? Because it's afternoon. There are 2 words. So bon après-midi becomes good afternoon. Good evening. Again, the good remains same. Bon soir. S-O-I-R. Soir means evening. Good evening. That is what it is said. And just a moment, I'll come back and I'll say the same salutation to you so that you understand how it is said. You can even say hi or hello, which is called as salut. S-A-L-U-T. S-A-L-U-T. It's not the salute. It's called as salut in French. Because in French, the last consonant sounds are not pronounced. So I'll give you a demo of that. Salut! Or I can even say, bonjour. If you're meeting someone in the afternoon, you can say, bon après-midi. You can even say, if you're meeting someone in the evening, you can say, bonsoir. So these are some basic greeting that I want every kid to use once you are meeting anyone who knows French. Even if you are saying it to someone who don't know French, that is fine, because anyways, you are teaching them French, which is what I want. Okay, kids. So salut is a hi. There's one more meaning of salut. Hello. So if someone says salut to you, you can reply to him salut. So for example, if someone says salut, you can say to him salut. The reply is going to be the same. It is an expression with the exclamation mark. I repeat, it is an expression with exclamation mark. S-A-L-U-T. Proper greeting is bonjour, bon après-midi, bonsoir. And the time you go to bed, you can say to your parents, bonne nuit, B-O-N. Now there's a little catch here. B-O-N, then you add a N-E. B-O-N-N-E, bonne nuit, N-U-I-T, bonne nuit. That sounds good, isn't it? So the time you go to sleep, say to your parents, bonne nuit, or bonne nuit. Or if you're very much tired, you can say bonne nuit. But the next morning when you get up, you again greet them by saying bonjour, salut, or whatever you feel like. So this is the basic salutation which I want every kid to do. In every video that I'm going to come up with, I'm going to greet you in all different ways so that you learn all the formats of greeting someone. Because in French, people love to greet each other. People love to talk to each other. This language is not a simple language. It is considered to be a language of love, to be a language of, togetherness, to be a language of, it is a language which is very politely spoken. So you can say salut, salut. You can say bonjour, bonjour madame, bonjour monsieur. Now what is madame and monsieur? Madame is madam, monsieur is sir. I'll give you the spelling of that too. Madame, M-A-D-A-M. Why am I not saying madam? Because there is no D sound in French. I repeat, because there is no D sound in French. It is called as the instead of de. De is replaced by the, and te is replaced by te. I repeat, te is replaced by te. So there is no de and no te and no te in French. Instead of that, we have the and te. No de, no te. Yes the, yes the. And that is how you're going to speak or sound like a person who speaks French. Now, many of you must have heard a lot of accents here. Things must be like, entering in your brain, and you must be thinking, sir, is it the right accent that we're going to speak? Yes, this is the neutral accent. Neutral means can be understood by all those 70% of people from different country, those who speak French. So what is the exact pronunciation of things? Now, there are two formats that I'll be teaching you. Number one is neutral accent, which I'm teaching you right now, and the native accent. Native means when you go to France, how exactly a French person is going to speak to you. So it's not going to say in a neutral way like bonjour. He's going to say bonjour. He's not going to say bon après-midi. He's going to say bon après-midi. He's not going to say bonsoir. See, he's going to say bonsoir. So you're going to learn both the accents. Neutral accent is, yes, accepted everywhere. But if you really want to sound like a French person, dress up like a French person, you want to smell like a French person, yes, you can put on your French perfumes and you can speak like a French person. You might have seen me speaking when I speak the French native language. I speak a little faster, a little better. I mold my words. I'm a little polite to you. So that's how you speak this particular language. This is not a language to be spoken in a rude manner. No. This is a language which has to be spoken very politely, in a polite manner, I mean to say. It has to be spoken politely and in a polite manner. Okay, coming back to the course. So I talked about the location of France. I talked about the map of France. Moving on to the monuments of France. Oh my God, yes, that is a very important thing for everyone to know. Because whenever, let's say if someone talks about India, you talk to a foreigner, what all do you know in India? First thing that is going to say usually is the Taj or the Taj Mahal. In the same way, if someone talks about France or the capital of France, which is Paris, they are surely talking about Eiffel Tower. Eiffel Tower. Now, what is that? I know everyone might have studied that, but let me tell you, Eiffel Tower was made by Gustave Eiffel. I repeat, Gustave Eiffel, Goustaveeiffel, because of which the name of Eiffel Tower is Tour Eiffel, T-O-U-R. So I'm not speaking it as tour. I'm saying tour, like the tuar ki dal, like the tumbala tu. We say Tour Eiffel. If you really want to sound like a native speaker, you can say Tour Eiffel, Tour Eiffel. Why I'm saying this ha sound here? Because in French, the alphabet R, I repeat, in French, the alphabet R is spoken as H, which is like Ada Ha and Ada Kha together. I repeat, in French, the alphabet R is spoken as H. So for example, I'll give you a very easy example to understand in a very layman language. If you have to say rabbit, let's say English is rabbit. So French is going to be habit. Oh, that sounds good to you? Yeah, you can use it. But remember, use it wisely. You should know the exact pronunciation. I repeat, rabbit in English and habit. I'm not saying ta, I'm not saying r. Habit. Usually, the last sounds are not spoken in French. Why? Because it is a rule in their language. They want to make the language polite. They want to make the language, rhythmic. So that is why they try and eat the last consonant sounds a little. The last sharp sounds are little polite, little polished, so that they sound good in a conversation. Moving on to the monuments of France. Ta-da! Here is a list. We're going to study around 5-6 monuments here. The first one that I was talking about is Eiffel Tower. If you can see that. Oh yes, here we go. It is called as La Tour Eiffel. I'll give you the spelling of that. You can write it down. L-A La T-O-U-R. Tour Eiffel. E-I-F-F-E-L. La Tour Eiffel. It's a tall structure and it is known for its shape. It is famous for because it was made by Gustave Eiffel. There are a lot of monuments which are famous in France, which is to see these monuments, people travel from all the countries all over the world. And you might have even seen that maximum English movies or the documentaries are shooted in France or Paris because it is actually a very beautiful place. Just like London, yes, you must be knowing London. Just like London, if you talk about the most scenic place where all these big movies are being shot, Paris is the place for you. So next time if you're planning your holidays, if you go abroad, try and visit France. You're really going to enjoy it. Let's move ahead. The second one that I'm going to talk about is Musée de Louvre. This here, you see the diamond shape here? Musée Le Louvre. It is written Le Louvre here, but it is a museum. Now, you must be knowing what a museum is all about. I'm not going to talk about that. Le Musée du Louvre, the Museum of Glass. Okay, so I'm going to explain this to you. What is this? This museum is made up of glass. Okay, it has not got a lot of lights into it. Why? Because it runs with the reflection of the sunlight. Under that is a huge library where we have the photograph of Mona Lisa called as Joconde in French. Joconde. I'll give you spelling of that too later on. First, let me give you the spelling of La Musée du Louvre. Musée. M-U-S-E-E. Musée. Musée. M-U-S-E-E. Musée. D-E. This means of in French. D-E is of. Musée du Louvre. L-O-U-V-R-E. I repeat. L-O-U-V-R-E. Louvre. Musée du Louvre. That sounds good, isn't it? Next time that you go to France, visit this place as well. This is really an amazing place to visit. You're going to see the original painting of Mona Lisa right here. Okay, moving on to the next monument. We have Notre Dame. If you see it here, Notre Dame. If you search it on Google, you're going to get more information about it. Notre Dame. Yes. Now, Notre Dame is also one of the very famous monuments out there. I would like you to please make a note of the spelling. Notre, N-O-T-R-E. Notre. Sir, why are you saying kha 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 everywhere? Wherever you find R in French, simply say ha sound. I repeat, ha. How you say that? It is a throat sound. Ha. Ha. Yes. Like when you cough, you have the sound. Ha. That's the sound you have to use in using French, and you're really going to sound like a French person. Okay. Let's move on to the next monument. But before that, I'm going to tell you the spelling of this. Notre Dame, N-O-T-R-E, Dame, D-A-M-E. So the T will not be spoken as T, it is the, and the D will not be spoken as the, it is the. Notre Dame. I will say, iska daam kya hai? What is the cost of it? Notre Dame. Next monument that I want to talk about is l'Arc de Triomphe. L'Arc de Triomphe. This is again a very important monument, ladies and gentlemen. Here you see, it looks like India Gate to you. Oh yes, but this is not a picture of India Gate. This is a picture of a monument in France. L'Arc de Triomphe. Just like India, this was also made remembering the martyrs. So I'll give you the spelling of this. L'Arc, A-R-C, L apostrophe, A-R-C, de, D-E, Triomphe, T-R-I-O-M-P-H-E, L'Arc de Triomphe. I'll give you an easy pronunciation of the same monument. L'Arc de. You can simply join all of them and say L'Arc de Triomphe. L'Arc de Triomphe. Yes, very right. Practice all of them. You can just rewind my video. You can just play around with the video, and whatever pronunciation I'm talking about right now, you can just rewind it again and again. Try and practice that along with that, because now you have a resource there which can teach you French 24/7, which can give you the right accent 24/7. You have all the resources with you. I'm also going to come to you on the Zoom classes very soon, where I'm going to give you more information about the topic, right? So what we studied today, what is foreign language? Why foreign language? Why French, right? And then we studied the basic greetings in French, which is like salut, bonjour, bonsoir, bonne nuit, bon après-midi. And then we talked about the monuments of France, the location of France. One thing which I just said in a sentence, which I want to really talk about right now, is the capital of France. Oh yes, I know everyone must be aware of that, but yes, it is my responsibility to tell you about this capital, because this is an amazing place to visit. The capital of France, according to you, must be Paris. But I don't call it Paris. I say Paris. I repeat, P-A-R-I-S, because see the R there, P-A-R. So it has to be Paris. You getting a point? Paris. You might have heard of this. This name is a common name, Paris. So you're not going to say the last S, Paris. No, that is not right. But if you talk in English, yes, you can say Paris, which is not wrong. But if you're talking to a French person, if you're going abroad, you meet some French person. If you meet a person abroad, I mean, even from US, UK, or any other country, if you say Paris to them, they're going to understand you're talking about Paris, because that is how they call it as in France. One more thing. What is France also called as? So every country, has a nickname. For example, what is India called as? A golden bird. People say, सोने की चिड़िया. Bharat क्या है? सोने की चिड़िया है. In the same way, France is also called as l'hexagon. Le hexagon that I talked about in the starting of the session. Le hexagon. So कोई कहता है, I like le hexagon. I'm just giving you something in English just to add on, just to make it easy for you to understand. If someone says, I like le hexagon, that simply means he likes France. Okay? Perfecto. Capital of France. The capital of France is famous because it is also called as the city which has enlightened which generated the gas electricity at that time when no other country was doing it. So it is also called as a country of enlightenment, a country which has enlightened the world. Why? Because the gas lights were introduced there and they were used in this particular city way before any other country or city. So it is called as City of Lights. Ville, V-I-L-L-E. Ville is a city of de, D-E, lights, Lumehe, L-U-M-E-I-R-E, Ville de Lumehe. I'll give you more information on this if you just allow me a second. What else is France known for? So Ville de Lumehe, yes, Paris, City of Lights. What else the country is known for? The country is very famous for its cheese. They are the world topmost cheese manufacturers. There are 60 varieties of 60 main variety of cheese. How many in total? 600. It is hard to believe, but yes, they have total 600 variety of cheese, out of which around 60 to 70 are the main varieties. Okay. They are also known for wine. France, there are some cities in France which just manufacture the wine. The world's best wine is made in France. It is known for that too. Perfumes, yes, it is known for its perfumes too. There's a great bicycle race, La Tour de France. You might have seen these bicyclists like trying to compete with each other on the mountains. Every year that happens in France. It is called as Tour de France. Tour-de-France. Tour de France. So I think you guys have really learned a lot of things about France. I'd like you to please rewind the video again and again and learn and revise everything, because when I'm going to open the chapter for you, when I reach you and meet to you in the classrooms, I want everyone to know everything about France. You should talk like French people. You should dress up like French people. You should sound like French people. You should sound polite, confident. All right. I'm going to end my session in the last 1 minute. Before that, I'll give you a recap. We talked about foreign language. We talked about France. We talked about the monuments in France, the things which are famous in France. Our next session is going to start with the alphabets in France. Okay. That is where I'll talk about all the sounds. So here, this is going to be your next session. Okay. We're not going to talk about this right now. So folks, I hope you guys must have enjoyed the session. This is the time where you can actually, focus completely on any of the language that you really want to be a master of. Okay. So this language, yes, you can be a master of this language. If you rewind the video, see it again and again, learn the accent, learn the style, and be a French spoken guy along with me. Thank you, everyone. Take care of yourself. Be at home. Be safe. Goodbye. How do we say goodbye in French? Au revoir. A-U-R-E-V-O-I-R. Au revoir. A-U-R-E-V-O-I-R. Au revoir, everyone. See you in the next session. All the best.